All right, let's jump straight into this explainer. As a journalism student entering today's newsroom, you're stepping into a completely wild, high-stakes reality where seeing is literally no longer believing. We're talking about an algorithmic media environment where synthetic media and automated content are just totally reshaping our entire information ecosystem. Picture this, you're on a tight deadline. A massive breaking news clip just dropped on social media. The audio? Sounds flawless. Visuals? Totally compelling. But is it actually real? Are you going to risk your newsroom's entire reputation to publish this unverified clip right this very second? That is the exact dilemma you're going to face, and it's exactly why verification literacy is now your absolute most critical professional survival skill.
So, Section 1, the rise of synthetic media. Because guys, we aren't just dealing with basic rumors anymore. We are dealing with artificially generated realities.
To really grasp this, we've got to understand the tech first. We're talking about GANs, or Generative Adversarial Networks. Basically, this is a machine learning setup that pits two neural networks against each other. It's like a high-tech game of cat and mouse that pumps out incredibly convincing synthetic media. This is the exact engine powering those wild facial manipulations, face swaps, and voice cloning. It's the reason a deepfake can look and sound so terrifyingly real to the untrained eye.
Moving right along to Section 2, Deepfakes versus Cheapfakes.
According to the TANDOC classification of fake news, high-tech deepfakes, the ones using complex AI and voice cloning, they definitely grab all the flashy headlines. But here's the kicker. Everyday, low-tech, cheap fakes often have a way broader, more immediate impact. Think about a totally real, unedited photo just slapped with a completely false context. Or maybe a video that's just slowed down a bit to make a politician look, impaired. You have to be ready to verify across that entire spectrum.
Which brings us to Section 3, the disinformation threat. Why does this spectrum of manipulation actually matter so much to democratic systems?
Well, as a journalist, you really need to watch your back for something called the liar's dividend. This is a fascinating and honestly pretty dangerous phenomenon. It's where bad actors use the mere existence of deepfake technology to completely dismiss actual, authentic evidence as fake. Like, oh, you caught me on tape, must be a deepfake. When audiences know these hyper-realistic fakes exist, it destabilizes the authority of all factual media. And obviously, if you end up publishing a fake, the reputational damage to your newsroom is going to be immense.
Okay, Section 4, Spotting Visual Warning Signs. Let's actually build your practical toolkit and train your eye to catch the digital fingerprints the AI leaves behind. Keep this rapid-fire checklist in your back pocket because looking for these specific audio-visual inconsistencies is your absolute first line of defense. You want to look really closely at the edges of faces for any weird glitches. Are they blinking naturally? Are there bizarre lighting errors where the shadows just don't match the light source? And hey, always check for missing or altered spatial and temporal metadata. It's kind of like finding a smudge at a crime scene.
All right, on to Section 5, Practical Verification Workflows. Because honestly, you just can't rely on gut instinct alone to spot these things.
You need a system, and this 4-step routine is exactly how you systematically extract, cross-check, and verify before you ever even think about hitting publish. First up, identify. What exactly is in question here? Is it the location, the claim being made, or the visual itself? Second, select the right tool. Maybe that's a reverse image search or a dedicated deepfake detector. Third, apply that tool. And fourth, decide, make a call. And you know what? Sometimes the absolute best journalistic decision you can make is just acknowledging that there is unresolved uncertainty.
Let's look at Section 6, Human Editorial Oversight.
Craig Silverman nails this in the Verification Handbook. He says there is literally no silver bullet, no perfect test for determining authenticity. Despite all our super advanced AI detection tools, tech alone just cannot replace your critical judgment as a journalist. These verification systems, they have blind spots. They can hallucinate, and they can totally fail against the newest, shiniest generation of synthetic media. And that brings us to the whole human-in-the-loop concept. Look, AI tools are great. They're here to act as your high-speed assistants, flagging anomalies and cross-referencing data in literal seconds. But they are not autonomous decision-makers. The final call to publish, that heavy contextual judgment, that rests 100% on your shoulders as the editor.
So I'm going to leave you with this provocative thought to chew on. In an era of practically perfect algorithmic fakes, your own human skepticism is the ultimate firewall. As these tools get smarter and faster, how are you going to ensure your journalistic judgment stays one step ahead of the machine?
Thanks for exploring this explainer with me today, and keep that critical eye sharp out there in the newsroom.